I borrowed Algo, I borrowed USDC, I've borrowed Stable. The only things I haven't borrowed are the Go BTC and the Go ETH. I just haven't found a reason to use them.
Kind of looking at, the whole, top 10 right now, you have Solana, who's still, one of the top crypto coins out there. Obviously you got Ethereum. And then we saw some of the news that just dropped on both them. Solana was down again. And Ethereum, Vitalik made the comment that they're halfway through, which would put them finishing in like 6 years. So what is, if you're someone who's maybe one of the viewers who's holding either of these, what do you guys think's the advice there for with what's out there? You see in the cosmos, obviously we're bullish on Algorand. What are some things we should be considering here?
Well, let me talk about Solana. I do know Solana, following the NFT space, you had Michael Jordan and his son is launching a project on Solana. So
I didn't know that.
From these different people I'm studying, I'm seeing mainstream people are looking at Solana as #2 place to go with NFTs other than Ethereum from my research. Gotcha. So that's always interesting, though it's been crashing. What do y'all think about that?
To add on to that point, I do agree that Solana is somehow the most hyped blockchain, to the point where it's, you see all sorts of different celebrities using it, all sorts of high-end or big projects trying to launch on it. And I think it could be ultimately a good thing for Algorand, because in some weird way, Solana is bringing in new eyeballs into the space. If it continues to break, those new eyeballs are going to be looking elsewhere to figure out where else could we go. And Algorand stands to benefit tremendously. So, I mean, if Solana wants to do the hard work of putting all the hype in and drawing all these people in, and then all of a sudden they go, well, this isn't working. They're going to look for, exactly. They're going to look for something else. I mean, some of them might leave altogether. That's bound to happen. But even if you retain 60% of the new people and they look for other platforms to list their NFTs or to build their projects on, I mean, it's going to be, Algorand's going to stand the test of time.
Yeah, I did the interview with the Drone Racing League president a couple of days ago, and she even said in there like why they chose Algorand, and that's a sport that is on national television, like, and growing like crazy with its user base. And she even mentioned that like we saw that all these other ones were just hype. There was no like real world use case. It's not sustainable. It's not going to scale at the level that they're going to need, as they're looking to grow. And obviously you just saw them partner with HiveMind with all that news dropping. I mean, that is the thing. I think you hit hammer on the nail right there with so many, once the people who are invested in these projects start to realize that, they don't want to deal with something that's always down, or they don't want to wait 6 years, or they want something that's more affordable and easier to build on and cheaper to build on. And
price action matters a lot too. And like the thing is when you compare Algorand to Solana for comparison, I think as a technology, Algorand is better. But price action wise, if you had bought Solana a year ago versus Algorand a year ago, you would have made a lot more money on Solana. And part of that is because a year ago, Solana's market cap was much less than what Algorand is. So like Algorand didn't have that room to grow. It was already a middle-sized to high-end market cap cryptocurrency, where Solana was essentially a low cap when it started. And all of a sudden it went up 1,000x or whatever it went up, that's what really draws the eyeballs, the hopes that everyone's going to get rich off of it. But in my opinion, most of the money on Solana has already been made, but that is what draws in the attention. Most of the people come in when they're seeing everybody get rich on something. And when everyone's getting rich on something, they're excited to tell their friends about it. And I think that's mostly part of the reason why Algorand doesn't get the love and the attention, is because all the attention is on what has made people absolutely rich last year.
Well, that's a good segue, I think, into the next couple of things we were going to talk about, which is some ASAs on Algorand that we think could make some people a lot of money in 2022 and beyond. Obviously, we can start with the big ones first. Let's talk Yieldly. They just dropped some news of not really fully dropped the news, but they've had some people testing their new NFT marketplace. And we saw, if you're on Twitter at least, we saw a little glimpse, I guess you could say, of what that's going to look like. What are your all's thoughts there?
As a person who's like selling NFTs, I'm very excited and bullish on that part of it. Because if we can get a one in-house shop with staking, liquidity pools, NFT minting, purchasing, it's going to definitely give Rand Gallery a run for his money, I would say, which would be dope, because I don't like AB2 Gallery nor Zest Bloom. Dark Room's all right, but my favorite is Rand. So I want another place that has high traffic.
Yeah,
so that's how I'm
AB2 has
seeing it.
also been having a lot of issues staying up, and a lot of I literally pulled the 2 that I had listed for sale of mine off. I'm waiting to list them on on Yieldly's NFT marketplace, hopefully. But I do agree, and I think that just it gives them just another area in the Algorand ecosystem that they can start to capitalize that market share. So I think Yieldly is poised, even if it's not in near the beginning or middle of 2022. By the end of 2022, I feel I would be shocked to see Yieldly under 10 cents. What do you guys think?
I completely agree. And to be honest, I'm not too big into the NFT space, but I am a big holder of Yieldly. So I do think this would be great for the project. I hope it's great for the project. And when you compare to things like OpenSea, and all the ones you just mentioned. I mean, I've checked out all of the ones you mentioned: Rand Labs, AB2, Zestbloom, and so forth. And honestly, the UI and the interface, it's just kind of boring. It's not really, it's really not that exciting.
Is horrible.
Oh, it's just so basic. I mean, it gets the job done. It does what you want it to do.
Sometimes.
But yeah, that's true. People have been having issues, but I do think part of that is the issues with the Algo Explorer APIs. But regardless, yeah, I think to add on to both your points, it'll be absolutely great to have a one-stop shop. And hopefully, because I know they've been messing around a little bit with games. They were doing like a Pac-Man game on one of their things and something else like a Frogger-like game. Maybe they can start incorporating more better games and do sort of like a play to earn model as well, and have literally everything. So the staking, liquidity pools, NFTs, mint, sell, burn, whatever you want. The staking for NFTs, the prize pools, the play to earn, and then maybe even add algo purchasing on the app, because I know that they wanted to do that, and kind of really just make it so nobody has to leave the site to do almost anything. If they could eventually in the future add lending and borrowing, you would like never have to leave Yieldly.
Let's jump into another one